whole lot of debauchery going around. God damn it, I already fucked it up. Do I just stop it?
No, you said it right on accident.
Yeah.
You were supposed to fuck it up.
I know. This is why no one likes you.
Welcome to the Den of Debauchery.
Welcome. Episode 6, Den of Debauchery Podcast. I am Yale Reams. With me, as always, is Derek Stock, the man, the myth, the potato dumpling-shaped legend. We are happy to welcome you, and we're going to kick things off. Derek, how'd you want to start this?
I think, because we were literally just talking about it, I think we should definitely, we're maybe a couple weeks late, we should talk about that Rambo trailer.
Yes.
That's
What's
extremely good.
Rambo 5, Last Blood. So, as bad as it is that they're even making the movie, the fact that, 70, what the fuck is he, 72, 73?
He's got to be.
He's in his 70s, I know that for sure. He's, going to be an action hero, defending his homeland, whatever. As bad as it is that they're even making the movie, the song that they picked for this fucking trailer made me laugh hysterically.
Now, Sylvester Stallone, he's normally extremely good at marketing. He knows how to market. That's the whole reason Rocky IV was successful, is because the Cold War was going on during that time. So Russia was the whole enemy and everything.
It was America versus Russia.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's great at marketing, but he really missed the mark. He really missed the mark on this one.
Yeah. So, it's this intense trailer, and he's doing his classic Sly Stallone grumble voiceover. When they come for me, I'm gonna make them wish they were dead. And you can't understand half of what he's saying. But, and he's saying these intense things like, I'm gonna make them beg for death. All the while, in the background, the song is playing. Gonna take my horse to the old town road. But not just that, they do a dramatic cut so that it's supposed to be really intense.
It's almost like an extra western-y.
They slow it down and make it echo. Gonna take my horse to the old town road.
I sacrificed.
When they come for me, I'll make them beg for death. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
And someone's doing I don't know if you know anything about horse shows or whatever, but where they do the dancing on the horse.
Yeah,
someone's
have
doing
them
that.
spin around in a circle as they're take my horse.
Yeah,
and they're spinning. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with Rambo? I get it, you live on a ranch now, but what the fuck is going on? It's that song selection is enough for me to want to protest the entire fucking movie. Even if,
right.
And I wasn't before, but even if I was interested before in seeing this hunk of shit, not now.
Who's my mom's excited for it. Oh yeah, I want to go see that. That's who's going to go see it. The people that were around for the first blood.
Because that's those are the type of people that flicked the bean to Sly Stallone back in the day are the only people that are still willing to go watch this shit.
Yeah, no, this is going to be garbage. I don't assume it's going to be any good. The last Rambo was awful as well. A lot of gore,
it was all right. It was all right. I'll give it all right. He was protecting the mission. That scene where he's just mowing people down with the 50 cal, that shit
on the back of the truck or whatever.
Yeah, it was mounted in the back of one of their Jeeps or whatever, and he just hops on it, and it's just boo, 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 boo. It's fucking nuts. That shit's actually cool to watch, but they try to go extra gore to try and match the times, but it didn't. I don't know. It didn't play.
So
Enough about that hunk of shit.
yeah, I mean, go check it out. I suggest you check it out.
First Blood was great. First Blood was great.
Well, this
I
is
highly
the Last
recommend.
Blood.
I said the movie First Blood.
I know,
was
but
great.
this is Last Blood.
This is the last one.
this
It's the
is
last one we're
Last
gonna
Blood.
do.
Yeah.
This is the last time I'm gonna get up here because I'll be dead in 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's the second most infuriated I've ever been with a movie.
The trailer's supposed to bring you in,
Yeah.
and
No,
thank you.
Yeah,
So.
because what they could have done is do the, good trailer with a shit movie, like an intriguing concept, and then make like the worst movie ever.
Which multiple people have done.
Yeah. Do you remember the worst movie ever that we saw?
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, I tried to put it from my mind, but it still haunts me.
It haunts me. It haunts me in my dreams. I wake up at night screaming, "No, Adrian Brody, stop wasting my time!" The movie we're talking about is Wrecked, starring Adrian Brody, and that fucking thing is the biggest hunk of shit movie I've ever watched in my entire life. And I guess I'll just have to explain the plot. Like, I'm gonna give a spoiler because I don't give a shit, because I don't want you to see the movie. Like, normally if you see a bad movie, you're like, hey, you gotta check out how shitty this is. I don't want anyone to watch this because it will ruin your fucking life. Not your day, not your week, month, or even your year. I'll be there for... All right, anyway, it will ruin your fucking life. Adrian Brody's character wakes up in a car. He's in the back seat. There are 3 other people in the car. Everyone is dead. He has no recollection of who he is, how he got there, nothing. His leg is broken. He crawls his way out of the car, makes himself like a little splint, and then starts crawling his way through the woods. Once he's a part way through the woods, he starts to like kind of regain some of his memory. He remembers that he was in a bank robbery. He was one of the customers in the bank. And he starts seeing this woman run through the woods, and he starts seeing this wolf also. And he crawls through the woods, gains a little more of his memory. Now he's thinking, oh my god, I think I was actually one of the bank robbers. And then he crawls to a river. He floats down the river, gets out of the river, and starts crawling through the woods again. Keeps crawling. We're getting close to the end of the movie at this point. Now he remembers that no, he was actually a customer at the bank. The woman that he's seeing running through the woods is his wife, who was killed during the bank robbery. And then they wrecked the car. And now he remembers everything. And he was taken hostage by the bank robbers. At this point, he is back at the car.
Big circle. Big
triangle, actually.
Well, I mean.
So this son of a bitch goes crawling through the woods, makes it to a river, floats down the river, and then gets back out on the same side of on the same bank that he jumped in on, and then crawled back to the car somehow. The entire movie was one giant triangle. And then you know what? He crawls 20 feet the other way. There's a guardrail on a road. He gets picked up, and the movie's over.
That's it.
That's the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And anybody who's like a big, arts major is going to tell you, oh, obviously that film was a metaphor for grief. He was grieving a death. So, he was fighting against it. And then once he accepted it and recognized it, then he could move on. I don't give a shit. That was the biggest fucking waste of my fucking time. You're going to make one whole movie a giant metaphor? Go fuck yourself. Fuck Adrian Brody. Every time I see him in any movie, I want him fucking dead. I no longer care about his fucking character.
Yeah. So we used to have people over to our dorm room, and we were in charge of picking the movie that we would watch as a group. And if someone would have taken away our ability to pick a movie because of that one movie, I would understand completely.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, no, you remember Drive or Wrecked or whatever? Fuck Wrecked. You remember Wrecked? Oh, you're right. We'll watch whatever the fuck you want to watch.
Hey, no. Actually, this is a really good movie. And it was like, you played Wrecked. And I'm like, you're right.
Yep.
Fine. What did you want to pick? Princess Diaries 2? I guess. That can't be worse than Wrecked.
100% cannot be worse. And at least has a plot.
Oh my god, that shit crushed my fucking soul.
So, this is the first one we've done in a while, Yale. Just you and I.
Yeah, this is we did episode 1, and then every episode since then has been with a guest.
Well, I'd like to do a callback to episode 1. It was the Diarrhea Diaries.
Yes.
Let me tell you about someone else that I know.
Oh,
that
yeah,
has,
yeah. You wanted to say the story.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
so there's a lady I know. She was out drinking at the bar and everything, and then she finds someone. She's like, I want to take him home. They get into a car. They all get into a car to go back to her place. While in the back seat of the car, she's in the middle. The woman I'm speaking of. Her friend is beside her, and the guy she wants to have sex with is next to her as well in the back seat. She, on the way home, shits her pants.
Yes.
And now she is trying to convince the person next to her. You have to take the fall. She wants her friend to say, I shit my pants, that's what everyone's smelling. And her friend, being the great friend that she is, says, absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
Hey guys, you want to pull over? I shit my pants, not Jessica.
Exactly. Like, Jessica's just going to come over and get in the shower with me for moral support. She seriously, she did not shit her pants. I can't express that enough.
I just want to make it absolutely clear that if you smell shit, it was not Jessica, it was me.
That's right. So her friend's like, absolutely not. She gets back to her place. She runs inside. She jumps in the shower and still gets laid that night. So that'll prove to you.
So she just said, hey, I'm going to hop in the shower real quick and get ready for you.
Which, this chick, she definitely was sweating at some point that night. She definitely needed a shower before she had sex. Yeah. So it would make sense all together.
I'll be honest with you. There have been points in my life where even if I knew that she shat, if she showered afterwards, I would still have sex with her.
Well, I don't.
And by points in my life, I mean right now.
I don't know the people well enough. I don't know.
I would still do it right now.
I know. I don't know the people well enough. I don't know the group. I'm hearing this secondhand. So I don't know if the guy was like he figured out she shit, but she went and showered, so it's all clear, or what.
How would you not smell it?
It had to have. It was they were in a enclosed car, and he was sitting right next to her.
Because I think when Nicole was on, I think I told about throwing up inside my shirt.
Yeah.
I told that when they were on, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because you were with the other lesbians that you like.
Yeah, and the smell was even though I threw up silently, the smell was instant in the car. They knew immediately, so you can't hide that fucking smell. Shit smells worse than vomit. Yeah, shit smells way worse. Now, than vomit.
Yale, could you imagine walking like? So, say the guy was you. You still had sex with her. Could you imagine walking this chick past your parents in the morning?
I know you brought that up for a reason.
Yeah.
I know you did. You son of a bitch. I mean, I've never had to walk a girl out that shit herself, but I think I thought about it, and I think it's been 3 times now. I thought it was 2 for the longest time, but it's actually been 3 times where I have, because I'm a loser and currently live with my parents, 3 times now in my adult life I have walked a woman downstairs doing the walk of shame and immediately run into my parents. So the first time, actually, that turned out to be like a long-term girlfriend. Like, that's how she met my parents. And so that actually, that one worked out. She handled it very gracefully, even though she was like smeared eyeshadow, fucking tight dress still on from the night before, like hair in a fucking mess, like literally like the walk of shame. Like, it was fucking brutal.
And you said it was a girlfriend of yours?
Yeah. Yeah, you know her.
Yeah.
My college girlfriend.
Yeah,
towards the end.
I don't think there's only like one chick that I don't know that you dated.
Yeah, no. And then the best one, and then, one was in between there that that was just the same thing. She also handled it gracefully, just introduced herself. I kind of forgot about that one. But the best one was, how Thanksgiving Eve is a, massive drinking holiday, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it's the night before Thanksgiving is the most...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest bar night.
It's also like one of the biggest DUI nights ever.
Oh, I'm
so you gotta
sure.
be real careful with that shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So, meet this girl, it gets to the point where we're making out at the bar. We leave the bar and I'm with my good buddy KK Caleb.
Oh,
who's,
yeah,
who's playing,
I think our fans know that.
Yeah, who's playing wingman, and her and Caleb and I go sneak into her fucking hot tub, her parents' hot tub, because she's just back home for the holidays. Mm-hmm. So we sneak into her fucking parents' hot tub and hang out there, and then after that, her and I go back to my place and hook up, and then walking her downstairs the morning after, and meet my dad, my stepmom.
Okay, which you live with, so you knew that was happening.
My aunt, my uncle.
Is this the same aunt? Is this the same aunt that caught me in my underwear on your front porch?
That would be the very same one. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the same one. Yeah, and she's just mortified, but she handles it very well. And my stepmom just offers her a mimosa, a Thanksgiving morning mimosa, and she politely declined. And I've since then asked her, why would you decline that? And I was like, that's probably the time where you need a drink the most, was right then. So yeah, it's a little embarrassing. And one of the reasons that I need to grow up and be an adult and get my own place.
Get a job.
I do have a job. Fuck you.
Well, you got a part-time job, okay?
Whatever.
And also, I don't know if you know this, but KK Caleb has 2 jobs. So,
yeah. Yes, he has 2 jobs, everyone. In case you didn't know, he has 2 jobs.
In case you guys didn't pick up on that last one.
He has double the amount of jobs of most people.
Okay, so since we're kind of talking about chicks or whatever.
Chicks or whatever? That's your lead-in? That's your transition?
Well, chicks, I mean...
Since we're talking about, chicks or whatever.
Well, you got real mad last time because we used a lot of names. And so we didn't use any names, so they're just chicks right now. I'm not going to respect them.
No, I just love the line that you use, since we're talking about chicks or whatever.
Well, I just want this to be really cool for high school kids, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to use their lingo.
High school kids don't talk like that anymore because it's 2019.
Oh. We did when I was in school. Well, okay, so I think this brings up a good point. What is the worst blowjob? Have you ever stopped?
Oh, Jesus.
Have you ever stopped a blowjob from happening?
I mean, I've stopped a blowjob to transition to sex.
Well, I mean, that's always.
The worst ones that I've ever had, I actually did not stop. I think I had this blowjob, I have 2 that are so bad that I honestly don't know which one is worse.
Okay, so just let's let everyone that listens them pick.
I'll tell them both, and we'll make a poll. We'll make a Twitter poll. If you vote for blowjob number 1 is the worst. Okay.
So this is blowjob numero uno.
Okay, we'll go with blowjob numero uno. This one. Well, it was just a weird scenario because she's a mom, and her kid was there during, and we were all playing video games for a while, and then her child had freaked out because the video game didn't go the way that he wanted it to go, and started throwing things at his mom.
Typical child.
Well,
yeah. Throwing things at his mom.
He started screaming at his mom because the video game didn't do what he wanted it to do.
Yeah. I remember
it wasn't
screaming.
like he lost or died, but he freaked the fuck out and was hitting her, and I'm like, this is weird. So, then he runs off to go play in his room by himself, and then after that, ramps up. I start getting a beej, as the youth call it, getting a beeger.
Actually, when I was in school, we called it 220 because the second letter of the alphabet and the 10th letter of the 210. 210 in the 10th letter of the alphabet.
Wow.
That was our code.
You're bad at math.
No, 210.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, I fucked up. It's not 220. It's 210. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
he
was getting 210.
Yeah, I was getting a little licking on my sticking, and it was a fine blowjob for the most part, like decent technique.
Okay, well, it doesn't sound. So what's the bad part?
The bad part is coming, quite literally. So I'm starting to get close, and I, being a gentleman, give her the heads up that
Is it the tap on the head?
No, I vocalize it. I said, "Hey, I'm about to come," and she decides, you can do whatever you like with that. If you don't like to take it in the mouth, if you don't like to swallow, if you like to spit, whatever, you can let it run down your hand. I really don't care for the most part. If it's just a one-off thing, but she chooses option D, which is to point it away from her and continue to jerk me off. And by pointing away from her, I mean point directly at my face.
She has too many nice things. She doesn't want to get it all over.
She could have aimed it down at the floor. I'm laying down on the bed, and like my, like the back of my knees are at the edge of the bed, and she's standing.
Oh,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So she just like points it away, back at my face, and I'm just like, oh fuck, and like literally like I see like it open up, like I see like my
God,
urethra open up like like a smallmouth bass.
Ugh.
And I'm just like, oh God,
too much information.
And so like I closed my eyes because of panic, because I didn't want to get I closed my eyes and I closed my mouth, and she just I come a lot. Like I'm not looking at it, but I can feel.
You haven't evacuated the bags in a while.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
But like literally, I was panicking. Have you ever had somebody do the hose thing, the hose trick in the sink, where they tie a rubber band around the dish hose, and then you go to turn on the faucet, and that sprays directly at your face? Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. I was going like, oh, fuck. Yeah. So, and I'm coming, and it's a lot. And then I finish, and I open my eyes, and I can't see any cum. It did not hit my face. I'm looking down. It did not hit my torso. I have no idea where this load went. I'm looking around. It's not on her blankets. It's not on her pillows. It's not on the wall. It's not on the ceiling. It's just disappeared. No idea. So, we, again, her child attempts to hit me, and then I stare at him as I awkwardly leave and sit down in my car, and then my shirt sticks to me on my side. And I look down, and along my left rib cage on my t-shirt, there's about a 6-inch diameter circle, and I am not joking at all about the size of just a big cum stain on the side of my t-shirt, and it had stuck.
It's the only thing
stuck itself to my skin, because I had stood around and like talked for a little bit before I left, and somehow she did not point out the stain, did not see anything, and it had dried, and I couldn't like change shirts right that like I didn't have any other clothes, so I drove all the way home. It's like almost an hour, and had to peel my cum shirt off of the side of my torso, and it's like.
So, okay, so I'm gonna review this story. So, blowjob, not so bad.
Not so bad.
The finish.
The first 98% of the blowjob was fine. The
finish was the problem, where you thought that you were going to see like the Matrix semen come past your face if you kept your eyes open.
I still.
And then your biggest brag is the amount of cum.
That wasn't a brag. It was a nightmare.
It was so much.
Why do I care about how much I cum?
Some girls like that. That's a turn on to some.
I'm not trying to fill up a bucket. Like, it's not.
You don't keep
that
a
doesn't
bucket?
do anything for me. Coming is the fun part. I don't need an ocean of it. But the interesting part is that there's no way that physically it should have been on my left rib cage. Think about the path that the semen had to have taken.
It was an arch
to end
it
up
was like a shot.
Yeah, like it just all had to like land perfectly. Like I had my shirt pulled up for the blowjob, so like my torso was like exposed. So it was just literally every ounce of it, just a perfect shot and landing, so that when I pulled my shirt back down.
Okay, so in my opinion,
it doesn't
not
make sense.
Not the worst blowjob.
It was like curving a bullet. You ever see the movie Wanted?
Yeah.
I curved the semen.
Right. But in my opinion, not the worst. That's not all that bad. So right now, I'm hoping the second one's worse, because that one wasn't that bad. So go ahead with the second one.
All right. So this one was a Tinder hookup at like 5 o'clock in the morning when people are getting real desperate.
Yeah.
And
that's a winner.
And I show up, and a little bit of small talk, a little bit of making out, and then a little bit of sex, and then we go for round 2. She decides to give me a blowjob. Great. And she's committing. Like, she's doing the whole like gagging thing, which I never asked for, but if you're willing to put in that much effort, I certainly appreciate it.
Oh yeah, because she definitely doesn't have to gag.
Yeah, you absolutely don't have to.
Yeah.
Like that's commitment.
Just the wetness. That's all that's needed.
Yeah. Take it as deep as you can, make it as sloppy as you can.
Yep.
That's really all that's required.
Yep.
Don't neglect the balls. Other than that, you really can't fail. She starts like gagging, and I see like the spittle like start to like run down. I was like, damn, she's in it. And then I noticed that a little bit of the spittle was like orange, had like an orangish reddish color. And then she like keeps going, and then she goes like, she makes like the dry heave noise, and is this going where I think it's going? It's food. She threw up. She threw up just the tiniest bit on my dick. Okay, so and I've got to ask it. This is strictly scientific. Yeah. Did it help the lubrication of the blowjob? I mean, it probably didn't hurt it. I was really distracted. By the way, everyone knows. We were well aware that you can all hear a train in the background. Okay, we're very close to train tracks. If I could, I would destroy the train, but I can't. So just deal with it until the train goes away. They might not have even heard it. Oh, it's very clear, in my opinion. So she threw up. So what'd she do? Did it come out on you? It's like running down my dick. It's like spit, like running down your dick, but it's like it's liquid, but it's definitely food. And if I had to ponder a guess, I would say SpaghettiOs. Is what it was. That's what it looked like. Wait, how old is she? She eating SpaghettiOs. She's black. She probably didn't have a ton of money. Never been with a black girl. Really? Yeah. I've been with 2. That's a little fun fact about me. Best beaches. Race-wise, best beaches. Hands down. Race-wise. I've been around the world. They got the best. I mean, those are facts, man. Those are straight up facts. Well, I mean, she committed so much. If you want to organize it by race, in my experience, this is no insult to any major group in particular, but the women that I have been with, black first, white second, and then white and Asian are tied, and then freaking Hispanics at the bottom when it comes to beaches. My Hispanic was good though. Yours was? Yeah. Now, well, yours was an absolute whore, though. So, I guess that makes sense. What you mean is good? Good, yeah. So, good. Okay, so, yeah. The second one is way worse. 100%. Yeah. I did not stop her either, by the way. Like, if she's going, I'm not stopping. Yeah, and like... If she's committed. And here's the thing, like, since she noticed that she did it, and like basically just like cleaned it back up during the course of the blowjob. You didn't marry her? I did not marry her. Okay. What I did was sprint the fuck out of there so quickly and go to take off in my car, and then realize that I had left my glasses there, and then had to awkwardly knock on the door and have her stare at me. Why would you run away? It was too weird. It was too much weird shit. Okay. I just got vomit on my dick, and I panicked, and I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, thank you. It was really awesome. And also, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning at this point, and I wanted to go the fuck to sleep. Just sleep? I mean,
You hooked up with her. You just sleep there.
I kind of snuck away from the location I was at.
Oh, okay.
I was visiting some family, so I snuck away, and then they realized I was gone and like messaged me, and I was just like, oh yeah, I couldn't sleep, so I ran out to get some McDonald's drive-through. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so it just seems like we do have a list of things that we want to talk about. We're listening to any and all critiques. One of the things was be a little bit more organized, right? Have topics,
have some
have
structure.
Yep. And it just seems that all of your stories go right into another. So you said that the throw up chick was a Tinder date, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this next chick we want to talk about, or I want to talk about, is she? I know you're pretty active on Bumble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bumble's my favorite app because on Bumble, like the woman has to, if you two match, like if you both swipe right on each other, the woman has to initiate the conversation, which puts them in the position
of the guy
for the first time, like they're having to break the ice and start the conversation.
You do it.
And some people just flat out still treat it like it is what it is, and they're just like, they just go, hey, and then expect you to take it off running from there.
Yeah.
But some women like put in a lot of effort and like they give it their all, and it's, some of them are really good at it, but most of them are so fucking bad at it because they've never done it before, and they'll just like, I swear to God, it's like they Googled icebreakers, and like I'll get like, what's your favorite quote? What's something that you've never told anyone?
I would love to tell you that I haven't Googled that topic already.
Like, what's the most recent book that you've read?
I would never ask that.
You saying you've
I have Googled icebreakers or how to start a conversation, because I am really bad at it, honestly, because I need the girl to be kind of a freak. Like, I kind of just want to be like, let's just talk about sex and things of the sort. And it just never works out. So I'm like, because I'm not, if I'm on that app, I'm not interested in what book you read.
Wow.
Okay. So this is a Bumble chick, I'm pretty sure. She offered you.
Oh, you're asking about the proposition that what she said she was into?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, as you do with most people when you talk to them on dating apps, once things, you start flirting, get a little more, you start talking about like sex.
By the way, this is how I start.
This is how you start?
Yeah.
This is how you open?
That's why I'm not very good.
That's why you're Googling icebreakers?
Exactly.
It's like, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to convince you to blow me? Hi, my name's Derek.
Right. I would have done the whole, like, does this napkin smell like chloroform type of thing.
It's like, does my hand smell like semen?
So go ahead. So what is she into?
She, the thing about women nowadays is that as they fight more for their, independence and equality and feminism, I also find that more and more of them want to be choked and hit in the face in the bedroom, which I don't know why the two are doing it. Like, maybe as their public life becomes more feminist and more girl power, their private life compensates. I have no idea, but I just find it hilarious that in the same day a woman can yell about the gender pay gap and how it's ridiculous that the women's soccer team doesn't make the same, and then go home and tell the guy to choke on her and call her a filthy slut, or else she can't come.
Well, for me, it sounds like you've never listened to rap. Okay? we want a lady in the streets talking about the gender pay gap, and we want a freak in the sheets that want choked and slapped in the face.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
Yeah.
I don't want my girl to I don't want people to see my girl and be like, oh, she's a slut.
Every man's dream is for her to yell at him and blame the patriarchy for everything, and then at night basically set him up to be arrested by Law and Order SVU. So that's basically what this girl was. What she proposed to me it sounded as though she was trying to get me arrested. So she's going through all the stuff that she's into. She's like, I really like to be dominated. You know, I like to be like tied up.
More like 50 Shades of shit.
Some of that, like inching into it. And then she goes, you know, I like to be choked out. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I can choke you a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I want to be choked out, as in unconscious.
She wants you to like rear naked choke her.
Yeah, she wants me to choke her until she passes out.
Yeah?
And then continue to fuck her after she passes out and come inside her.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
You just
she
threw that
wants
in
me to
there.
do all of the things that get you caught in an episode of SVU.
Yeah.
She wants me to do 100% of the things. She wants me to leave my handprints around her neck. She wants me to choke her unconscious. She wants me to have sex with her when she's unconscious, which is illegal. And she also wants me to leave my DNA inside of her.
Here's my thing with that.
If this was an episode of Law and Order SVU, I would be arrested
100%.
before the credits were over.
You would
Boom,
have...
boom, boom, boom. Ah, shit, they got me. They got me. I knew it. I shouldn't have agreed to this.
Rape Kit came back. Yale Reams.
Rape
easy.
Kit came out. And I was like, no, she asked me to do this. So, like, I'll be honest with you, I'm still considering doing this. But I have screenshotted all the messages where she asked for this explicitly. I have forwarded them to several friends and be like, hey, you know, you all see this? He's asking for consent. I'm going to film consent before we go.
This is what I'm worried about here. Okay,
Yeah.
So what does it do for her for you to continue while she's out? What's it do for her?
It's to her. It's just the thought of it is so hot. So like basically, I feel like, you know, if I wanted to, like, I could choke her out and then I could go like fix a sandwich and then come back and like squirt some lotion in there. Or maybe like a little bit of sunscreen or whatever, and just call it a day. Like I don't really know, but and that would at least prevent me from leaving my DNA behind. The problem is I have my real name on Bumble, and Yale's a pretty fucking identifiable name. I feel like they track me down rather.
Oh, you
quickly.
don't use your other name?
No, they'd track me down rather quickly.
Yeah. Is this the same girl that wants you to hit her in the face?
No, she. I mean, I think she's into that like a little bit. That's actually a kind of a funny story. The first time, have you ever hit somebody in the face?
No, I don't think anyone's ever asked me.
Dude, like now it's like it's par for the course at this point. Like you get that request enough that you just like it's.
Should I go home and ask about that?
If she hasn't
Smack
brought
my
it up,
fiancé.
you don't want to bring it up. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to just throw in a fucking right cross while you're going at it just to set the tone.
Can I backhand you during sex? Just
Hey,
I think it'll turn me on.
Like, I'm really enjoying the sex, but I think what would make it even hotter is if I could knock a fucking tooth loose.
Right.
No, I don't think that's the goal. I don't think that's what you want to shoot for. No, but I remember the first time that somebody asked me to hit them in the face, and it was weird because this person is like one of those people that had like their sexual awakening in like their mid to late 20s, where like they were kind of like a
Like
good
a Mormon.
girl. Yeah, and then, you know, started like, you know, didn't really sleep around, and then, you know, hooked up with one guy and then another guy. Like I think she like lost her virginity at like 25, 26.
Just so you know, that is the best time to find someone.
What?
Within that, like, girls have like usually like it's like 6 solid months of just being a sleut.
Yeah.
If you find her within that 6 months, it is amazing.
Many exes of mine have like a solid 6 years. Most of them while we were together. But anyway.
Way to bring that one down.
Yeah. And she, like, we're going at it. She's, like, on top, riding me. It's, like, really intense. And then she just goes, hit me. And I went, what? She goes, hit me. And I was such a bitch that I just went, in the face?
Did you say it like that?
Yeah.
Why did you get so high-pitched?
I went, in the face? Like, I was so confused.
By the way,
because I didn't know anything about this world yet.
Big turn off for her, I bet.
I was like 21. She just goes, where at?
21?
I was yeah, like
Jesus,
21, 22.
You're gonna have to tell me off mic who the hell this is.
It was
I was around you.
It was right after college. Or no.
No, you were 21 in college for sure.
Yeah, I know, but I graduated at 21. So it might have been right after. Yeah, no, this was immediately after graduation. So I guess I would have been 22. Yeah, would have been 22.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. just going at it, and she asked me, and I went, in the face, and she goes, wherever. And so like I did such like a like only 3 of my fingertips like hit her in the face, and it just like it clearly wasn't good enough. And she was just like, you know, like kind of like looking at me like wow, little bitch. And so like I pulled back and did like it was still a gentle slap, but it hit her, and it fucking drove her nuts, man. She was all about it and started fucking riding harder.
You just needed like that. You need that. You need that little bit.
Yeah,
of
that's exactly
sound,
what it was.
really.
But the first one was like just a gentle graze.
Have
just
you
a
ever,
gentle graze across the face.
When I watch porn, I see sometimes like the guy will smack the titty.
Yeah, I don't
what
get
is that about?
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Like, is any girl that listens to us brave enough to tell us like, I'm into that, and tell us
into
why?
Titty slapping?
Yeah, because that's so weird to me.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that like pain. So I mean, it's not crazy. It like that specifically isn't crazy to me, but because there's so many women out there that are totally into pain, and so it's not really that crazy. Like titty slapping's not so out there to me.
It's not crazy because there's way crazier stuff on the internet. My thing is just why I don't understand it really type of
What
thing.
is this surgence of like mom, dad, brother, sister, stepdad, stepmom? Like I could see like the step family portion of it, like that taboo, but why the fuck is there so much incest? Like,
well, I'll tell you where it probably started was right after like American Pie, and because MILF Hunter. Do you remember that website, MILF Hunter?
MILF Hunter.
Yes.
What?
It was a guy. He made nothing but videos of like him going and it was porn, but it was I fucked this MILF, and it's always, every single episode was nothing but MILFs. And I feel
I don't
like,
remember that at all.
Look it up. You'll tell it's old. You can tell it's old by the camera and everything. But the thing is I think it progressed from that. Well, if I want to have sex with a MILF, someone else's mom, I think that's how it progressed. Is kind of right after MILF became like a term, and it was American Pie, and then they had a huge genre of MILF porn, and then it probably just, I mean, we're how long removed from that movie?
Yeah, having sex with somebody that's a mother. Yeah, I can totally see jumping immediately to having sex with your own mother.
Not immediately. It didn't happen overnight. I'm saying that movie was like end of the 90s, and we're in 2019. There's a gap where people need new shit.
You didn't explain anything. You just said this is the way it was in the 90s, and it's very different now.
Yeah,
you were supposed to make a point, but you did not.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the MILF porn probably led gradually to this whole, I don't know about incest, but the whole stepmom, stepdad shit.
That gradual stepping stone. Yeah. But my question is, why the fuck
are
people watching it? Like, every video is that. Like, it's so inundated to the porn world where now I just ignore it. Like, I no longer use that as a consideration. It's just another porn. Like, I'll look at it and see, do I like this or do I not like this? If it says brother, sister, or whatever, I ignore it because they're obviously not actually brother and sister, right. Especially when you can tell that like one's Mexican and the other is not.
Well, and then they're always like,
I was like, can you at least say step? Can you just put step in there?
Like
nope.
And then they walk into the room. They're like, hey sis,
hey
brother,
hey sis, you can't really be doing this. And she's like, it's cool, bro. Because
she's Mexican.
Because she's Mexican.
Yeah,
and he's not.
Why don't you do some more of that?
They're blood brothers.
Do some more of that accent. I think people really like that.
Ay,
really
papi.
Is that what they do?
Sí.
I don't know. I don't watch porn that much, honestly.
Dámelo chorizo.
Yeah, I think we are getting to the end of this podcast, but I do want to bring up a very important thing. And we're going to call this segment Shit We Hate.
Oh.
And it's going to continue throughout all their podcasts. You know, obviously we're going to think about, or shit's going to come up that we don't like, and we're just going to continuously go
Mostly
on.
The thing that gets me the most are the common courtesy things that most sane, rational adults can all agree are just basic common courtesy that you have to in a lawful and just society.
Like what?
Like when you want to listen to music in a public space, you put in your fucking headphones.
Well, what if they forgot their headphones? Like, they're at the gym and they forgot their headphones.
That sucks for them. You get to listen to the fucking 80s one-hit wonder station that the gym plays, because I don't really give a shit.
Sirius XM, yeah.
Congratulations. Try to get a pump going with Journey. I don't really give a shit. But you don't get to fucking blast your music and carry it around on your fucking phone. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do it in fucking public transportation. You don't get to do it in the locker room. You don't get to do it at the fucking gym.
Well,
You don't get to do it at the fucking library.
Okay, so let's put these people in the same category. What about the ones that have a phone call on speakerphone?
Yes. Shut the fuck up.
What the hell's the matter with them?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, like, I have a shoulder problem, and I can still get my phone to my fucking ear to have an actual conversation while in public.
You know what the worst example of this was? When I was over in Iraq, you have to sleep in these fucking big-ass bays, like bunk beds, where basically it's one open space building, and they have, like, 50 motherfuckers crammed into it. And this dude on the bunk below me is having a full-blown conversation at 4:30 in the morning. Like, wakes me up out of a dead sleep talking to this person.
But he's on speakerphone. He's not just having a conversation.
He's not on speakerphone.
Okay.
But it's dead silent. It's 4:30 in the fucking morning, and he's talking. I can still hear her.
I did the same thing to you,
I can still hear her. I can absolutely still hear her. And this motherfucker, I tell him, I was like, hey, man, can you please take that phone call outside? I'm trying to sleep. And he goes, I'm not even being that loud. And I went, really? Then why the fuck am I awake? And he goes, dude. And he's like, just chill. I'm not even being that loud. And I went, really? Then why do I know that you're feeling some type of way, and she's got you doing things that you don't normally do, and she was asking you if you really feel the way about her, the way that you said about her, and why do I know that your friend's trying to get his music going on SoundCloud? I can hear your whole fucking conversation, both sides of it. Shut the fuck up. You can have a phone call anywhere on this fucking base. This is the one place where we can sleep. Go outside. Fuck you.
What race was he? Because if he's talking about feeling some type of way, SoundCloud...
He was Polish.
That doesn't make sense.
He was black as shit.
Okay.
He was black as fuck.
Yeah, I called it. I mean, that's easy. You got me feeling some type of way, girl. Like anything that Usher would talk about at the beginning of his song.
Even if I didn't bring that up, once I said SoundCloud rapper, you pretty much knew what it was.
Yeah, because you know how like at the beginning, like Usher would always like do that talking at the beginning of his. I just don't understand why.
You got me feeling some type of way, girl.
There's a lot on my mind.
I'm on my way over. Do that little thing that I like. It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
I feel like you just mixed Usher and R. Kelly. Because I feel like R. Kelly's the one that's very specific with the time.
Those last two things, that's an Usher song. That's an Usher song. 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
I don't believe you.
Got a real pretty young thing that's waiting for me.
So
I would keep singing, but this video will definitely get pulled. Who am I kidding? Nobody listens to this shit.
All right, so I think that's good for the shit we hate.
Yeah.
We've got so much stuff.
We'll keep rolling
on.
That'll be a recurring segment. Yeah. I'm sure there'll be another.
We're gonna have to make like a intro to it, like shit we hate.
Fuck you. All right.
We're very clever.
We are. We're a couple little bitches.
Yeah.
And so clever that I realized that it's time to end this bitch.
All right.
So thank you guys for listening to another episode. All 12 of you. We really appreciate it. Please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. And if not, kill yourself.